Hi, I'm Brenda. Welcome to my channel, the Empress and the Sun Tarot. I was guided to do a message today for the Divine Feminine. It is a message from the Sacred Masculine. We will begin using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. To begin with, we hope this message is receiving you well. If you resonate, please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you know anyone else that could use this information, please share it. Please just take whatever resonates and leave the rest. It could be one line or the entire reading. Don't try to make it fit. Just, take what resonates and truly leave the rest. And we will get into the reading, she says. Lots of messages from the Divine Masculine. I have really been prompted to do this for a couple of days, so I'm not surprised there is a lot to say. We feel like in this time with the Sun and Mercury and Neptune all squaring Mars, it is a very interesting time for the masculine, so he is ready to give a message. So we will begin. The first card is the High Lady of Love and Compassion, reverence, kindness, and consideration. So we feel like the masculine is definitely thinking of the feminine. The next card is Gaia's Garden, fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. So that is also really good grounded energy. So you're saying. The next card is the Phoenix, resurrection, surrender to change, which we feel is definitely happening with the current energy with Saturn just changing signs and Pluto changing next week. The next card is the Winged Wise Ones, angelic help, miraculous aid. So just know that your guides are always with you, and that I feel like this is the masculine saying he is always with you in the 5D as well. The next card is the Web Weaver, synchronicity, divine intelligence, cause and effect. And I feel like the masculine is really gaining some clarity. So much so that the next card is the High Lord of gratitude and service, selfishness, humanity, conscious action. So I feel like the masculine is really feeling blessed for this relationship with the feminine and is really seeing it in a much higher light. And there's huge transformation coming. So the bottom of the deck is Keeper of the Scales, fairness and balance. So as you balance your own personal masculine and feminine, the masculine is doing the same. So please make sure you are keeping your energy balanced as well. We are going to go and move on to a little bit of tarot to continue this message from the masculine. But I feel like this message is definitely saying the masculine is thinking of the feminine, changing the way he's thinking of the feminine, putting her up much more on that pedestal and understanding the power that comes with that relationship. I mean, there with great power also comes that great responsibility. So don't forget that, in this mission, it is about, day-to-day life once you're with that person of doing the work and also working towards your spiritual mission together. Everybody has a north node, and in that union together, you have one together. And I feel like the masculine is seeing the relationship in a brand new way. So we are thrilled with this message, Celia says. And we are just going to cut the cards and we're going to go from there. We're going to pull a couple from the bottom of the deck to see what is the underlying energy of, things going on that may not be currently being seen. And we start with the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups. And we're going to leave that with the Seven of Pentacles. We feel like the masculine is really ready to put the effort in to grow something strong with the feminine in the physical. We feel like they're ready to make this choice. And we feel like this choice could be coming really quickly with this Pluto energy. When Pluto changes signs, like it is life changing. It is the death card. I will say the last time Pluto changed signs, I moved halfway across the United States and had my first child and completely moved away from my family. So huge change for me. So I'm really excited to see what this one's going to bring. The current energy message from the masculine. We're going to start with the Nine of Swords. And with that, I feel a lot of times that's my communication with Celia. And I feel like that is the masculine saying he is communicating with the feminine in the 5D. So know that if you're dreaming of your masculine, it's because he is dreaming and putting that energy towards you. And when you're in that subconscious state of sleep, you can receive that energy and those messages. So before you go to sleep, if you're desiring contact, say, I ask to have conversation with my masculine. I ask it be for my highest and greatest good, and I ask to remember it. All you have to do is ask, put the intention out there, and then trust that your higher self is going to do that. Put a notepad beside your bed so you can write down as soon as you get up whatever thoughts flow into your mind, put on paper, even if they make absolutely no sense. And even if it's not directly related to him, but to another situation or anything else, write it down because you have asked for that information. I would do that for a few days and see what you get. So that's a pretty specific message for someone. The next card is the Nine of Pentacles. And that's 2 nines, and nines are the end of the cycle. And you know what happens when a cycle ends? This brand new one over here is going to begin. So we get the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, and that's followed by the Knight of Swords, which is the fastest moving energy. And we feel like the masculine maybe has been going through a really dark time, maybe some dark night of the soul stuff, working on their finances. And we feel like maybe that is finally getting in alignment, or does get in alignment when Pluto changes signs, and they have been doing the work. So they're going to get that gift. Like Saturn moved, like we feel like huge changes coming. And this Phoenix sign right here, that is, for me, that Pluto energy. So when Pluto moves, huge transformation will be at hand. And it's going to come quickly and unexpectedly, and just be really grateful and blessed, because as you are more grateful and in this high, like that's a pretty high state. As you're in that high state, you know what? You're going to bring in everything you want. The next part of the message is the Eight of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Wands. And with this part of the message, I feel like it's saying, you don't have to be in, the picture in the mirror is not what's really happening to her. And it's about taking some time and healing your heart and figuring out, what is for your highest and greatest good, what is going to make you happy, what is truly happening. If you really believe this is your person, your twin flame, you know what? It's a guarantee. They're not for anybody else. If they are your person, they are meant to do some more things and learn some lessons and go through some processes. And so are you. Have a freer, more open-minded perspective of it. It's supposed to be more light. It is some serious stuff, but honestly, you have to try to see it from that perspective. And if you can see it from that higher perspective, you let go of that toxic energy, and it can transform it like super fast just because of it being lighter energy. And it not being in a codependent energy, it being a more loving energy instead of it being this, toxic energy. You get to pick, do you want to have, that toxic thought, or are you ready to spend your time focusing on the love you have for that person? Because honestly, the more love you have, the easier it's going to be. If you're not feeling, I love this person and I know this is my person. And you know what? When the right time is here, you know what? There ain't nothing going to stop that person, nothing from coming for you. The next part of the message is the King of Cups, because we feel like this is what the masculine is doing. He is getting grounded, he is getting balanced, he is working on his stability. The next card is that Three of Pentacles, and for me, this is that card for me and Dave and Celia working together. And you know, I feel like the masculine is doing that through your higher self, connecting with you. Do you know that that is happening? If you're getting a thought of him, he is thinking of you. If you're connecting in dream space, I feel like she's really getting the message of like the dream space. So like we feel like if you're dreaming of your person, it's a connection with him. It is it is not going anywhere. It is a for sure thing. If this is your twin and you know that in your heart and you know, then it means focus on what you need to focus on, which is mission. We are all in this journey together. And until you get your energy balanced of your masculine and your feminine, the masculine is doing it. He's telling you right here, look, I'm doing it. I'm trying to communicate with you. I'm doing it. But if you're not being very balanced in both your masculine and feminine, it's going to be hard. It looks like, you know, for me, this is saying you're both right there. Like it is so close. Like that 9 is closing out that cycle. And we feel like this is happening right here. Like my throat feels so like, like I can't stress it enough of how close this cycle is to ending by just having clear thoughts about the situation. And really, are you meditating? Are you connecting with your higher self? Because that is what's holding you back. You're holding your own self back by thinking that you're waiting on that person to be happy. And as long as you're waiting on that person to be happy, that person can't come back. You have to have your own happiness. You have to have that fire within you. You have to have done your own healing work. You have to have your own fire and passion and know I am joyfully happy alone or with this person, because in the right time, we are coming together no matter what. And that's the truth. You're coming together no matter what. Like this is a time for transformation. Pluto moves next week. Are you ready? Stop holding yourself back. We're going to get a couple of cards because the masculine's over here. He is doing the work. He is really sending you the messages that he is stepping into power. Are you listening? You know, feminine, are you listening? We are going to get a couple of cards for guidance for the divine feminine on the energy that is holding you back. Once again, the bottom of the deck, the King of Wands, like right there, the masculine is ready to step into power and to step into something more. Are you? Are you ready? The cards that come out are the Nine of Swords again, the Two of Wands, which is about those messages in the middle of the night. Are you seeing them for what they are? Or are you taking them to a different place? Or do you realize he is trying to connect with you? He is trying to do that in that, even if he is unknowingly doing it, he is getting grounded, and in that 5D, he is in that place of connecting. You have a soul contract. It is she just says it is. That's it. It is. The next card is the King of Swords. Like he has gained the clarity. He is ready to move forward. to that committed relationship. Are you ready? This is like so divinely guided, feminine. Are you ready to take it to the next level? Because we feel like the masculine is saying he is doing the work. He is at this stage. He is at the 9. He is finishing the cycle. Are you? Are you doing the work? Are you meditating? Because we feel like this is holding you back, and he's saying, don't let it hold you back. You're holding on to the past, and as you hold on to that past, you're what's blocking the total transformation of what's going to come. He is doing the work. So just know the masculine is doing the work. And we feel like the feminine is, but they feel like there's this little thing, you're holding on to, and whatever that little thing is, if you're holding on to, I can't be happy till my person's here, you know what? That's what's holding you back. You have to be happy anyway. Because when you attract somebody, you know what? You want to attract somebody that's high vibration. You want to be high vibration. You want them to be high vibration. I promise that's what you want. I was meditating every day in really good vibration. David just bought his house, was really like in his masculine energy. He was high vibration. So when we came together, it was just magic. The card that want to come out is love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And that is so true. Are you treating yourself like this? Do you know that you are that? And then the bottom of the deck is children, which is your love life is being affected by children. And for me, this is like your inner child work. So are you doing that inner child work, feminine? I will just say, we are doing a Chiron class on Monday, which is about healing your inner child. Right now, Chiron is in Aries, but you know what? That's the wound about self, which that is part of our class, but we also have individual Chirons, and my class also breaks that down. So if you are looking to do some of your inner child healing work and try to figure out what is causing part of this block, what is causing you to hold on, join us for our class. We will say that, and we are going to get an Archangel Michael card as well. So you said for card for guidance for the feminine. But feminine, it looks like the masculine is really getting ready to go through huge transformation, is really being grounded, is really understanding the value that you have. As you both find that balance of your energy and are both in that high vibration, it's going to be just magic. It's coming. He's trying to tell you it's coming so desperately. I feel like he's trying to tell you, like, so for whoever this message is for, just know the masculine is desperately trying to get a message to you. So I think that's going to be part of the title, because this masculine is definitely trying to get a message to the feminine. I am finishing the cycle. And the card that wanted to come out is embrace this magical moment. You are at the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. That is a great message. And then we get the bottom of the deck is your prayers are being answered. Your prayers are now being received by the divine. Answers will come soon, although perhaps in a form you didn't expect. So, feminine, be open to getting your wish fulfilled, because we feel like you may be surprised at the change that can come in the next few weeks as Pluto moves. Like, Pluto's going to move, and it's a 3-month situation. And then you know what? Pluto will retrograde for like 6 months, and then next year start over. So we feel like, huge amount of union is going to happen in the next 3 months. So you're saying, and then that next 6 months, you're going to have to really work on it. That time is a glorious time. I will promise you that bubble up time when you're together and you're in that connection is phenomenal. But you know what? It's also going to be such a time of growth and transformation with that energy of kind of going back and forth of that, of that transformation. So just know it could come together and be really good for a few months. And then there may be one little last separation. Or you know what? It may come together and that 6 month is going to be your bubble up time. And it's going to be the most transformative 6 months of your life. So just know, ground your energy. Look at what's holding you back. Look at look at where you're not sharing your message and your light. But we feel like it's definitely tied to that inner child healing. I know once I started doing my Chiron work, Dave come in. I mean, I did a class in March 2 years ago, and by May I had met Dave, and everything in my life, has completely changed. So, um, our advice is, try to do that inner child healing work and look and see what's holding you back. Sometimes those patterns you don't even realize of the things. Initially, when was looking at my Chiron, you know what? I didn't think I had any of, I was like, I don't have any of that stuff. But then as I looked a little deeper into my stuff, I'm like, oh, I do. And now I've learned about collective. So it's just even, I've learned so much. So Celia feels we definitely need to share that. And we definitely have to share this message for the divine feminine that, the masculine is changing. He is coming. He sees you as, as his angel, his person up on a pedestal. And know that the change is coming. So we hope this message reaches everyone well and has a great day. Thank you. Bye.